as a, I work as a, oh man, I have to do this all over again. As I work as a manager at my parents' takeout restaurant where we specialize in Pakistani Indian food, and you know, our the purpose of what we try to do is provide our customers with the best service, with the best food in a timely fashion. Now, running a business, a restaurant business, a complex business like the restaurant requires strategy and it requires great teamwork. And the way we have sort of organized our business is by having a manager at the top and then supervisors who are responsible for different things in the restaurant. So there will be someone who's responsible for the cleaning, someone who's responsible for ordering, someone who's responsible for the cooking operations. Now recently, and that works great, but you know, you as the person who's the manager, you have to make sure that everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing, but along with that, you have to make sure that they're being respectful to others, not just the customers, but the people they're in charge of. Because and respect is something that we all stand for, because that's something that we all ask from everybody. Like, I expect respect from you like you expect it from me. It's just like that, especially in a work setting. If you have someone working below you, you don't want to let your authority get in your way. And a case in point of that was when we recently promoted this guy to the cooking operations inside the restaurant, and he was a great worker, an amazing worker, an excellent worker at whatever he did. Very quick, very good at what he does. However, I noticed that as soon as he was promoted, he started feeling like he started letting that position get to him in a way that he started, you know, he would tell the employees, he would tell a customer, if the customer comes in, they're like, oh, how long is my order gonna take? Then he'll be like, oh, I don't know. Or you'll just have to wait, and rudely respond to them. And then sometimes actually say, no, we can't do this. Whereas that's not his role. And another thing that I noticed that he was doing was that the people that he was in charge of, he was very rude with his orders. So he would give orders rather than work with them, but he would tell them what to do and belittle them if they didn't do it properly or the way he wanted it. Yes, it's right for us to do the things and make sure the quality of the product stays fine, but it doesn't mean that you have to belittle someone along with it. And I made sure as the manager, I noticed this over a period of time rather than, so I focused on the climate as opposed to the weather. Is this something that's happening a lot, or is this something that is just a one-time thing? And when I noticed it was something that was a regular pattern, what I did was after his shift, I decided to sit down with him and I said, look, I want to give you some sort of feedback about what it is that you're doing as a supervisor. I really feel like you take care of the business and your responsibilities the best way possible. Because I wanted to provide him some positive feedback and then bring in the negative thing, because that way he'd be more receptive. And I said, look, I've noticed that you have been extremely rude to the people who are working with you, and I feel like that's something that we cannot stand for, right? We work in this business we work together and we work respectfully with each other, because that's the only way this works, right? And I just want to know if there's something going on at home, maybe you're stressed out at something else. Is there something else that I as a manager can do to provide you with whatever it is that you need so you can stay better focused at work? And he's like, no, there's absolutely nothing going on at home. And I'm like, okay, then this behavior, I feel like it needs to stop. Because, you know, these are the employees that have had your back and have worked with you when like the business gets extremely busy. They always are there for you. So it doesn't, I don't understand why you would need to belittle them. You can ask them the same thing, but just respectfully, because I feel like that's something that we all need from each other. And he's like, oh, like, you know, I'm really sorry, I didn't realize that I was doing that, and I would try to be mindful of that. And I think after that, I made sure, I didn't want to attack him, or I didn't want to make it any worse, and I let him be. And then I just noticed to see if he made any progress, and he did. You know, when it comes to being a person who's responsible for other employees, there's going to be times when they do make mistakes and things go wrong. and they sort of step outside the parameters that you set out as the management. And your job is not to scold them, but it's actually just to talk with them, reason with them, and then bring them back within the parameters that you set out together. And that takes communication, that takes patience, it takes sensitivity, it takes compromise sometimes. And that's how I was able to do it. How long is it?
5.